can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no big.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the dynamic Alvin Kamara. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Saints and the Giants, and it's all up next.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. Are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 80 yards.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. To throw his Carr. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And the Giants ready to go now on offense. And under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Broken tackle. How did he stay on his feet? And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Now Jones. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. So he stopped for no gain. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Carr. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Already speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Throwing, Jones. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Pushing his way through. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space.
and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll go to Barkley again. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be able to...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Gano's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Carr going to throw. Flush to his right. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Carr. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. His throw incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now Carr. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now a play fake. Carr. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Touchdown, Giants! Sterling Shepard, 55 yards. And the Giants are once again back in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Carr now on 1st down. He lets it go deep for Olave. And this is caught. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave, 60 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Lutz with the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Man open, here's Jones. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Giants. Julio Jones. 75 yards. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And the Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. On 1st down, Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Jones. And that's complete to Shepard. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Gano's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. He lets it go deep for Olave. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll look to set up his blockers. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half is theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down. Kamara up the middle. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, and that is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that.
There goes Sterling Shepard. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 45 yards. Up the middle with Barkley. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan so tough to block as he gets in there to record the sack. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's got another field goal, his 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Carr now to throw. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Carr now on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now is Carr. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Oh, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. He lets it go deep for Olave. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, what are they, about 95% chance of winning?
Yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
This offense so far on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts.
Come on.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First down, the Giants.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. That's caught by Waller out left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Let's go now. Ready.
To throw again is Taylor. Jones has it. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Pay attention.
On the jump.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Now it's Taylor. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around. Throwing on first down is Carr.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Barkley, inside handoff. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Again, it's Barkley.
And he is going to have a New York first down, and the Giants are going to win the football game.
4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a 2nd half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more